This week's episode of The Voice Party is brought to you by Bridge Storage and Art Space. Located in Richmond, California, they provide workshops, studio space, and self-storage for all your creative needs. Bridge Storage and Art Space, a catalyst for community building and the arts in Richmond, California.
To be here.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to The Voice Party.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back.
We have a very special guest. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Alejandro, aka Flaco Alejandro. I'm very excited to be here in Richmond today. Thanks to you guys for having me.
I didn't really like this. Could we record it again?
We're not doing it again. We're not doing it again.
All right,
Okay,
take 17.
We just had a technical what do you call it? Technical difficulties, but this was a good intro.
it's literally the exact same thing that happened the first time.
Oh my God! Thank you for coming, bro. I appreciate you, making that fucking 2-hour drive, man.
No, I appreciate you guys. Yeah, I used to drive this all the time, every other weekend or so. Yeah, back when we used to
pandemic,
when all was well.
Jeez. Man, what's the last show you guys did?
The last show in general, or the last show we did here?
In live show.
The last live show we did.
You've been doing virtual shit, right?
Yeah, stuff online, but it's not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same.
The last live gig that we did was at a place in San Jose called the Ritz, I think.
The Ritz,
and we opened up for a band from Mexico called Little Jesus.
Oh, I think I've heard of that band.
Yeah, they're like an indie rock band from Mexico, but yeah, it was pretty cool because the last show we did was a pretty pretty big headliner and nice crowd, and he told us so.
Did you outshine that headliner too?
I hope so.
I've seen these guys, and they outshined the headliner last time when I saw them. So I mean, but right now. You've been working on your own music.
Yeah. I've been at home mostly. Like everybody else, has a lot of time at home. So I decided to invest in a bunch of audio equipment, and I just started producing my own songs, and so that's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
And then I had a chance to release a song too.
Yeah,
so.
I know a music video.
Yeah, and a little music video that
animation.
I put together myself. Yeah.
Nice.
What it is actually it's an old educational movie called Cuautli.
What does that mean?
It means eagle in Nahuatl.
Oh, okay.
But it's a educational movie about how the Aztecs found their land in Mexico, because the Aztecs originally came from somewhere over here, some Mexico land called Aztlan, and they traveled for something like 200 years to find the Valley of Mexico, which is because how the Mexican flag has the eagle with the nopal.
Yeah.
So their god told them that once they found the island with the nopal and the eagle on top, perched on top of the nopal, that would be where to construct their land. And so they found that on a tiny little island in the middle of the Valley of Mexico, and that whole movie is just like a little animated film. It's supposed to be for kids, but it has a lot of violence and shit. Because the story is really violent and and interesting. And I just cut up pieces of it and turned it into a little music video.
How did you find that?
I don't remember. I think
I didn't know that was a story about the Aztecs.
Oh no?
Yeah, dude.
Oh no.
I
love you.
I just lost my Nepal card right now.
No, it's alright. It's interesting that a lot of people don't know it.
Yeah.
But how did I find how did I learn about that?
Yeah.
Well, I spent a lot of time with the.
If you say school, I feel like an idiot.
No, trust me, they didn't teach us any of that shit at school.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, because that's Aztec mythology. We learned in school. We learned about the Greeks and the Romans.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All the white people societies, and we never learned about our own culture. I learned a lot of it because I used to be a part of. I still am a part of El Teatro Campesino, which is you're familiar with Teatro Campesino, right? I'm familiar with
it, and I know you do theater there, right?
Yeah, I've worked as an actor, as a musical director, and musician there at Teatro Campesino, but I mean, all those jobs honestly were I got paid for those jobs, but the real payment was all the things that I learned just from the other people there, from the veteranos that have been there for years, and all the history that I learned about my own culture and about California, but also like indigenous culture, because I don't know, I nerd out on Aztec and Mayan like mythology. And stuff like that. And that's one of those stories of how our people found their land. But I mean, it's mythology, but at the same time, history. A lot of it's true because the center where Mexico City is now, that all used to be one huge lake. Yeah. And the Aztecs, what they did when they got there and they found their land, they built these things called chinampas on top of the lake, and they created land. So they created their own. They literally constructed their own land where there was none.
That's where now it's Mexico City.
And now it's Mexico City. City, But that's why it's sinking. That's why if you go to Mexico City, you see things like La Basilica and whatever, these big buildings, and they're all tilted. Like,
just get some more dirt, bro.
Yeah, they just gotta rebuild them. You know? But how like intelligent of them that they were able to figure out this way to create land, and not only like land, but the most like fertile soil to like farm corn and tomatoes and chocolate and all these things that
because that's what
the world lives.
Vanilla too, right? Like all that came from Mexico.
I think so. Well, I know like anything that ends with ate. So tomate, jitomate, camote, chocolate.
Chocolate. I was gonna say desmadre, but that's not really.
Desmadre.
That doesn't end.
Maize.
Corn. Yeah,
but all that stuff. And the thing is, like, I think
so they were like hella advanced.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. And the last time that I was in Mexico, some tour guide was explaining to us that the chinampas, like, you can, because certain types of land, like, you can only like farm so much, and then you kind of start to fuck up the land. Yeah. And chinampas had a longer like lifespan than regular soil, because it was because the roots literally go down into the lake. Yeah. So it's always being watered, and it's always like, it's not like in California where we're like running out of groundwater and shit. Yeah. Like, so it's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. I didn't know that. And that does make a lot of sense, man. Like, when they started, I forgot what period this was, they started moving to certain areas and they didn't think about that. They just started planting shit. They thought, just throw it in the ground and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, no. So do you do farming and stuff? Like, do you do like gardening? No.
I don't know shit about.
Okay, I was like, this dude. I was thinking this dude has a dope ass like.
Sounds like someone garden. Has a green thumb.
Yeah. Like, nah. I don't even like vegetables.
No, I hope to one day. I live in an apartment. So me and my lady, we live in an apartment. We live upstairs, so we don't have any land to kind of like. Yeah, plant shit. We just have succulents and house plants.
That's okay. That counts. How did you get into music? Then we could keep talking about the Aztec stuff. That's interesting to me.
Heck yeah.
I know. I mean, I don't know. According to my mom, my family comes from Perepucha, which is like. Purépecha.
Yeah, Michoacán.
Are you from Michoacán too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Michoacán.
Oh okay. Well, yeah. You should know. I mean, it's not like you shouldn't know just because you're from there, But yeah, what part of Michoacán?
My mom's from Cualcomán, so close to the coast.
Close to the coast. Okay.
Yeah, but none of my family really lives there anymore. Everybody that lives, my family that all lived in Mexico, they moved to Colima. So Colima's like the next state, ahead, and it's like a little state.
Yeah.
It's like. What is it? Delaware? Delaware's like a little.
Yeah. It's like
Delaware,
Mexico.
It's Delaware, Mexico, but with a beach. So, okay. Or does Delaware have a beach?
They're on the coast, right?
Coast, I think.
So yeah, they have a beach.
I didn't know.
It's cold as over there.
I think they're like next to Canada, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. North Delaware. I don't know.
Well, this is Mexico.
This is Mexico, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, most of my family is there. But yeah, that's the original tribe.
Delaware, fucking. Wait, I'm trying to discover.
We'll talk about Delaware.
Yeah. You guys didn't know it was gonna be a geography exam.
Yeah, dude. It's like I'm over here thinking like I should have studied this. Fuck. I didn't know we had a professional geography expert.
So the stuff you learn about Aztec, that's just like for your own personal growing, or?
Yeah, kind of. Well, I mean, I really like learning about it just because I mean that was my ancestors, so that's my actual like history is the way that I see it. Like those are people that some people. My blood lineage like were a part of that civilization, so and I also think it's just important for us as Chicanos to like know that history so that when like because we're gonna encounter racists and other people who tell us that we're nothing and all this thing. And the more that we know about our history and our culture, the more defense we have over that. Like,
you grew up thinking that like your culture was inferior. You didn't have anything. You know, it's like
you lost the battle. Like that's
because that's how they paint us, and that's how they tell the story in school, right? They tell the story that like, the Native Americans were these primitive people that
they weren't advanced.
Yeah, they were barely learning to use rocks and tools, and it's like, no, man, the Aztecs had a massive society that rivaled the societies of ancient Rome and Greek, and they had philosophers and scientists and mathematicians and like.
And the only one of the main reasons they were able to beat them was because they were able to convince like other tribes to turn on the Aztecs.
Divide and conquer. The same thing that's happening right now. Yeah. And the more you know, that's why it's important to know your history, because history repeats itself.
I remember reading about the Mayas, and it was talking about, what happened to the Mayas? Where did they go? And then actually a friend of mine who was a history teacher was like, y'all are still there. You didn't go anywhere. All those people, all your family, Mayan.
They were conquered by Aztecs, right? Wasn't the deal?
I think that was after.
No, it's a different region.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it was after, like way after.
The Mayans are more from like southern Mexico and central Mexico. Yeah. And then parts of like South America.
Yeah, Central America.
Yeah.
I'm going to read out some bands and you tell me what you think about them, all right?
All right.
Shamisen. Dub Dog. And Dread Eye Nights.
Okay. I'm supposed to give my opinion on these bands?
Yeah. Have you guys ever heard of these bands?
No. No.
No one's ever heard of these bands.
I did some research.
Right on. Yeah, those I mean, they were cool. They were cool bands. They did their thing.
You don't do any of that anymore, right? These were your bands.
Yeah.
These are his bands.
These were my bands back in the day.
I'm telling you, I was gonna pull some Nardwar shit today.
I'm like, man, you work with the fans, man.
No, I'm just kidding. He's confirming involvement.
Moved Code Blue.
Yeah, man, fucking. The first like style of music that I really like super got into, like aside from like all the music that was being played in my house, like punk rock and then from my sister like hip hop and punk rock, and then from my mom like mariachi and like what do you call it, like
banda?
Like Bookies and Freddy's, like
conjunto,
all these
conjunto, yeah.
Kind of. Aside from that, the first style of music that I got into like on my own was thrash metal.
Oh yeah.
So like in high school, that's all I ever wanted to do was like have a thrash metal band, and then
that's where the long hair comes from.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I never cut it.
Really? Since then?
No, not since then.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, but I've had long hair since then, since that time. I was all into Megadeth. Megadeth was like my favorite band.
Yeah.
So like my dream was to have a band that sounded just like Megadeth and Testament and shit, and so. Shamisen was that band. That was my thrash metal band in high school.
Thrash metal band.
Yeah.
It's interesting you say that, man, because like Richmond was, as far as like thrash when it started,
it was one of the hubs.
It's one of the hubs.
Yeah, the whole Bay Area.
The whole Bay Area, but specifically, I know Metallica had a place here in Richmond, and they used to play with like Slayer here, and then just jam out in that house.
Oh
and,
shit!
Yeah, there was actually some club where they like played like Metallica. What was that other band? Exodus. And Exodus, I think couple of their main people are from here. And I don't know if you guys know Kirk Hammett from Metallica. He went to
play in Exodus.
He used to play in Exodus, and he went to De Anza High School. Where you went? Yeah. So it's like kind of the birth of not the birth, but it was a big hub for metal.
Well, because Metallica's from LA, right? Mm-hmm. But in LA, the whole glam shit was going on, so they didn't like fit in or whatever, and they were like, "Fuck it, we're gonna." Make our way to San Francisco and then this whole area, and this became like the hub of
where all the misfits fit in. This is one of those places where all misfits fit in. So this and Berkeley, and I actually used to work at the Richmond Country Club, and one of the members there, he owned the house Metallica rented out. And it was like, these motherfuckers always they tearing up the house.
I imagine, yeah.
So that was your thrash band. And do you like, I mean, as far as like creative, like now, what do you think? You think just growing older made you get away from that or?
Well, first of all, we were the most uncool band at our fucking high school. Because that's not what was happening. Like fucking, we were into like
They're in the hyphy movement.
Yeah, well, it was the hyphy movement, but as far as like bands, like rock bands, like the thing was like scene and like metalcore and like fucking a lot of like deathcore, like like the biggest there's two other bands that like were at our school and in our high school, and they played more like, you guys know like Attack.
I think so. Yeah. Attack.
It was like, it's like metal.
Like Meshuggah?
No. It was like metal, but with keyboards.
Oh.
And they would mix like techno and like auto-tune and but then they would scream it was like scene shit, and they would wear like neon, like colored fucking pants and like.
What was that band? Damn, I'm trying to think. It's some European band that kind of does that, right? With the keyboards. You know what I'm talking about?
Children of Bodom?
They paint them. Oh, is that what you're talking about? Children. That's one of the ones.
It wasn't like that, but
Dream Theater.
Oh, Dream Theater. No, but that's like Prague.
That's Prague, yeah. It's so many fucking sub genres.
Yeah,
shit,
fucking.
dude.
But anyway, the one that was happening at the time was like scene fucking, you know,
Keyboards.
Screamo, fucking.
Oh yeah.
Screamo, and then like there was like hardcore bands too, and so we didn't fit in at all.
You guys were too heavy for that shit, huh?
I guess fucking.
Yeah.
I don't know if we were too heavy or we were just too like old school, and like old school wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Like people weren't like being nostalgic, especially in high school. You're not like fucking. You're in high school. You don't have glory days. You know, those are your glory days.
Pretty much, yeah.
And fucking, so I remember doing shows with like those bands, and like the crowd would just kind of like stare at us, and then like those bands would come on and people would mosh, and like, so we're like, first of all, we were just not cool.
Yeah.
Like we were just playing it just because it was the music that we liked. Right. So we were like, fuck it, that's what we do. And then, so, I don't know, I just started getting older. I started, you know, smoking weed, and I got more into reggae.
That's the next one, right?
Yeah.
Well, real quick though, I was gonna add, this is good to bring this up. Do you think if your crowd or your audience would have been more into what you guys did back then, you would have stuck with it?
Maybe a little more. Maybe we would have taken it more serious. But at the same time, we were all high school kids, and I feel like not to be a dick to those guys, but I feel like I was the only one who was like trying really hard to do music. They were more like, they had guitars and stuff, and they were like, oh, let's have a band, like, you know. Yeah. They're just kind of like playing.
Drunken nights where you just, let's start a band.
Yeah, because like our band practices weren't like like we weren't like, all right, we're gonna have our set list and like get focused. You know, it was like we would like there would be other people, we'd be partying, like we'd be like drinking, smoking and shit, and like just kind of like also be playing music. You know what I mean?
The kind of band practice I would have with my friends, we were just sitting there, like I'm playing, the only note I know is like The Godfather, and then the other guy's doing some other shit, and nothing productive's going on, just kicking it. Yeah.
No, I mean there was.
But you were the only one that was like the true musician.
I think I was probably the only one that was like going home and like writing songs.
Oh,
I think it's more the thing, because like everybody else was just kind of like also playing, and they had fun playing, but it was more hobby kind of thing. And then we did take it pretty serious for a little while when we started recording and like doing more shows, but. It just, I don't know.
Not everybody's into it like that.
Yeah,
you gotta find the real musicians, probably, right? Because with a band, it's gotta be hard. This is like the 4th podcast I try to start. You know, and you eventually find like
your tribe.
Your tribe, yeah.
It's hard, dude. Yeah. It's really hard for anything to do, a podcast, band, fucking whatever it is you're trying to do. If you can't find that group of people that you click with, that like you guys are on the same page, the same creative, like.
Patience.
Frequency and
patience for
same patience and like understanding, and like where your guys' egos don't get in the way, like that's really hard to find, man.
Oh yeah, no, I can attest to that. Oh my goodness, my rap group, love y'all. Y'all watching and listening, love y'all, but geez.
Don't ever talk to me again. I'm just
and you know who you are.
You guys had like more members than Wu-Tang. Like how many members?
Oh my gosh. Onslaught had
fucking roll call.
He's like, there was the RZA, the Jizza,
the Mrs. the Sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla.
No, I mean Wu-Tang, I don't think anybody has more, because
they have a lot of honorary members.
They have spin-off groups.
And spin-off groups. You got Grave Diggers, or
you got with Brooklyn Zoo, which
but I'm talking about the
Grave
actual
Diggers
group.
And like, but the main group that wasn't like a spin-off or a sub-label, it's like 9 of them, right?
Yeah,
like 9. 10 if you count
Old DB.
No,
Redman.
No, actually 11 if you count Redman. 10 if you count oh my gosh, what's the name of this guy? He raps
God?
like,
No.
huh?
No, not you, God.
No.
He's an actual member.
He's an actual member, but it's a member. It's a guy that didn't really get credit as an official Wu-Tang member until years later, and they finally were like, Capadonna. Capadonna. Yeah. Like, he's the closest one to a guy who can claim to have been there since the beginning and like never really have gotten that shine until like much later. And like, yeah, he's official Wu-Tang.
Yeah, because he's on that like that's the second album. He's like on what is it, Unity?
Yeah.
Some shit, yeah.
Oh, so you're big on hip hop too, huh?
Yeah. Oh well, fucking like that was our favorite group. We were half like huge Megadeth fans, half huge Wu-Tang fans. Like that was our thing. Wu-Tang was cool. I don't know why. like I don't know why we weren't cool.
Yeah,
like,
I know, right?
We were trying really hard. We used to play. What was it? There was some Wu-Tang song that we would like kind of play like sort of. We would try to do it like
Protect
like
Your Neck?
metal. No. It was some song. I don't know. It was the longest time ago. We played it like a few times and then like never really.
Off which album?
Off 36 Chambers.
Oh, okay, the first one.
Yeah, but I forgot what it was. Something. I'll have to find it. I have to find a recording somewhere.
I'm trying to think, but yeah, I was like, what song could be?
Could be translated to rock.
Yeah, because
a handful of them probably you could do like a rock version of.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised.
System of a Down did one.
System of a Down did what?
They did Shame on a Nigga.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
They did what? What was it called?
Shame on a nigga, game on it. That
Okay. But System of a Down did it all fucking. But we did a different one. I don't remember what it was. I think we did chess boxing.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Man, I love to hear a rock version of chess boxing.
Yeah.
You should make it happen.
We should read this.
You know what though? I was gonna say this during the pandemic. I saw that you were doing your own music, and I'm gonna say this, man. I'm a big fan of Kinsabe, his band. You know, we're not gonna talk about him because this is his shit. No, I'm just kidding. but I was gonna say when I saw you were doing your own music, I'm like, oh hell no, this is fool. Like, is he breaking away from the band?
No, I mean I've always done my own music like ever since. Even when I had that thrash metal band, like I said, I would go home and I would record other shit that wasn't metal, and like so I couldn't like do with the band, and that's how I kind of discovered the concept of like doing stuff like on your own without it being like, oh, this is my solo project. Like it's not that. It's just that when you're collaborating with other people, you guys all have to be on the same page. I can't like if we're a thrash metal band and I come with a song that's like indie pop some shit, we're not gonna play it because the other dudes are not gonna vibe with it. So
the thing is, you just really love music.
Yeah,
I mean that's like the best. It's funny because when I started that old little other YouTube channel, the JD Eats Bad Food. Yeah. People were like, are you not doing Voice Party anymore? Like, no, motherfucker. That's not it, you know?
No, yeah, because like there's nothing wrong with having a diverse like taste in music or art or whatever you do. Yeah. If you're trying to do other things, you do those other things. Yeah. And that's just part of you too.
Yeah, I mean, you can do multiple projects. I mean, everybody in the Wu-Tang Clan had solo projects before they came back together and did another album as a group. Yeah. So why not?
Are you like right now? Are you working on doing an album for yourself?
Yeah, I'm shooting to release an EP by March, by mid-March. Yeah, because I have a song that I released. I have one song that I released I think like 2 months ago, and then I'm gonna have another one coming out on February around Valentine's Day, and then I'll put out my EP. And then after that, what I want to do is I just want to be consistently putting out songs and music. I think the concept of like taking a year to like put together an album is not
dead now.
Yeah, it's dead. Like the way that people consume music and everything, I don't think that's lucrative for me, especially for me as like a solo artist, quote unquote. Yeah. Like I don't think there's a reason. If I can churn out songs like every month or every other month, then why not?
Because back in the days when we would buy album, like. And you guys, I'm sure you spend a lot of time in music stores like I used to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How often, like sometimes, not all the times, you would listen to an album. You wouldn't really listen to like 4 or 5 of those songs in that album. Like, I really like these other ones. This format of releasing one song at a time makes more sense because you give each song. But doesn't it also kind of make you make less songs?
In what way? What do you mean?
Maybe... Because I was thinking about like, let's say an album had 12 songs. Mm-hmm. I kind of see, well, as I'm saying it now, it kind of makes more sense to release the songs the way you're doing it. Because some albums you could tell like they probably just made this song to make another song in the album.
Yeah,
like it's just dead weight.
You just needed that one hit on the album, and then the other 9 songs are just there because you need to sell the album.
Yeah, because you owe them the record label.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing is, like, if you're on a record label, like especially if you're on a major or something, then they sign you for like a 3-album deal or some shit, and you have to churn out those albums, even if it's not ready or even if you don't have enough material. And some bands, especially with a band, it's harder because you have to the band. Maybe there might be 1 or 2 people who are writing the songs, and then the rest of the band has to learn the songs. So like you churn out songs a lot slower. Yeah. So there might be like 2-3 songs that are like hitters, and then you got to fill up the rest of the album. So then you make fillers. And then that's how you end up with like fillers albums that with like fucking, because I'm sure you've heard plenty of albums that like fucking, like, I'm sure, what's that band that does Butterfly?
Crazy Town.
Crazy Town. Yeah. I'm sure they had that one song, and then all their other shit was some bullshit fillers.
Come on, keep making. What you guys remember Sum 41? Yeah. Their album was called All Killer No Filler.
Yeah, exactly.
But it had a lot of fillers.
Well, I mean, like when Rihanna was putting out an album like every 6 months. Yeah, like it's pretty much just like singles and then fuck the rest.
Yeah.
Like no effort in the rest. Just Umbrella, Disturbia. There you go.
Yeah. Work. That sounded like a filler.
Yeah.
Work.
But it was a single.
It was a single, but it
was a hit, bro.
It was. Yeah, I guess I just didn't like that one. But yeah, that makes more sense because then you really, it's just condensing it into, and then you don't have a time frame of a record label. I think that's just gonna go away.
I heard Lupe Fiasco talking on his Instagram. I follow him every now and then. I listen to one of his videos, but he started off talking about like Kanye West and what it means to be wealthy and projected, and his advice on having like a long-term music career. And one of the things he said was, well, if he gave advice to young up and coming, like newer artists, and he said, check this out. What you want is to have a well-crafted piece of work to where you can make $20,000 a month, right? $20,000 a month every year consistently for the rest of your life. And he said, I know some of you listening right now are laughing and going, I could make that the next hour. You're talking about in a month. But he said, when you're new on the scene and you're fresh and you're hot and everyone wants to work with you and do features with you, your phone's doing this, it's constantly ringing. And then eventually, though, you end up not being the new hot thing and your phone stops ringing so much. And then like it's the guy 3 doors down from you. His phone's ringing because he's the new guy. And he said, during this process of you being the new guy and the label putting you up front, you get signed to a crazy deal, as you mentioned, 3 albums, sometimes 10 albums to be contractually fulfilled. These labels will have you, okay, you crank out your first album, it's a smash, it's artistically praised, whatever the strengths are, right? But guess what? Label 6 months from now, these like the labels are going to be like, can you put out another single? I just put out 3 singles. We did a whole album like last year. Yeah, I put out another single. It's like every couple of months, 3-4 months, they're asking you for new singles, and you still have to produce albums. And he said the craziest thing is this expectation that you're going to have high quality all throughout your entire career. Some people only write one amazing novel their entire lives. Some people only write one great book of poetry. Some people only invent one amazing thing, and that's kind of enough. And you want us to make 10?
Yeah.
Some people only have one good day in their whole life.
Damn.
So
that's dark.
I know. but seriously, speaking as an artist, to that point about like releasing singles, I definitely think it depends on like what your musical goal or genre is. Like in something like hip hop, you could put together like an album that tells like a story within itself, and you would need to have that whole album together or mixtape or whatever to piece the themes.
Every song, like like an MCU kind of thing where every one of these makes sense,
right?
Or when you get like those weird musical geniuses, like I don't know if you guys know Buckethead.
Yeah.
That motherfucker has how many? You know how many albums he has total? Like 17 albums.
He puts one out every 2 minutes.
Every 2. He has like 17 or more, or probably more than that. No, definitely more than that. And each one has a shitload of songs. Yeah. And he's just like a weird genius. Also, the other guy, the guy from the Mars Volta, I forgot his name.
I don't know.
Lopez.
I only know the drummer's name.
Oh, okay. Which drummer?
Thomas Pridgeon.
He's from Richmond too. I want to get him on because I know people that know him.
Yeah, my homie actually he did an album with him.
Oh, no way.
They did a thrash metal, hardcore / thrash metal album.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah,
nice. I'm trying to remember the name, but the guitarist for the Mars Volta, he's another one of those. He has a shitload of music that I think he's probably one of those, along with Buckethead, that has like a shitload of albums.
Yeah,
and it's all good. Like, I'm not saying it's all good, you know. I mean, for me, it's all good. It's like those weird musical, like.
No, it's free talent, dude. Because some people can just like churn out nonstop music. Like Juice WRLD was like that. Juice WRLD was able to like just make hits, like hit after hit after hit, and like.
He's the one that passed away, right?
Yeah, and like supposedly, like from what I've heard, like he just had this kind of like. He was just really good at writing. Like, you know, he had it good in his practice to like do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't have that.
You don't think so?
Well, I struggle a lot with
performance-wise. You're fucking great, man. I'll say that. Like, you know, thanks for coming, kind of thing. But like, I'm a fan of the band, and like, I'll say this. Like, I think I said this in the last time we talked, but like, you guys have a dope live energy.
Thanks,
and
man.
some bands sound good, but live you're like,
Yeah.
And like I said, you upstaged the headliner. I don't want to say the headliner's name. But
No, no, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But they're one of those
weird.
bands.
Let's change the subject.
But no,
It's like I can't even make eye contact with him right now.
oh man,
Oh my god.
oh my gosh. Okay, well he knows what you're talking about. That's
Yeah,
the
I know.
important thing.
No.
But
At the end of the day, I guess it comes down to like how many middlemen you want in your project, right? Like if it's just you, then you don't have anybody else to answer to. You don't have any like
Schedule to
pressure.
keep up to.
You don't. Yeah, you're not on somebody else's time.
Deadlines.
You're not dealing with other people's like clashing like ideas or anything. You know, you're doing it. You know what I mean? And like I think the old model where it was like a band, you have all the band members, and then the management, you have the management, and then like the label, and like all these people are having a say and also a hand in the pocket of whatever it is that you're doing, and that
They're milking you.
Yeah, and that hurts the art. You know what I mean?
There's this artist, I forgot his name, Jack Johnson. You know Jack Johnson?
Yeah.
He does, yeah. Mm-hmm. He has this thing with his contract where there's no deadline on the albums. If you're paying him to make an album, there's no deadline. Like, that's part of his contract. So
because you can't rush greatness.
You can't. That's why he's so chill. Like, his music's so chill. This definitely wasn't on a deadline. You hear his shit? He's like, they asked him, "You want to make a song for the Curious George?" And we're like, yeah. Like, that's the kind of, you know.
he took his time.
The movie was done. They just had to wait for the album.
It was done in the 90s.
Yeah.
Another question I wanted to ask you. You auditioned for Hamilton.
I did.
Ooh,
Man, this is Nardwar up in the place. I wonder how you found it out. I did an audition for Hamilton, actually.
You did.
Like me personally, I wasn't auditioning for Hamilton. I have this friend, Adrian, who's a really good friend of mine that I met at the teatro, and he's one of these like larger than life character dudes. And dude, if you were to meet him and to see the way that he like spits and the way that he like carries himself, you'd think, oh yeah, that dude would totally be in Hamilton. Like he's like, and I didn't even know what it was. He was just like, dude, we're gonna go to Frisco and we're gonna audition for Hamilton, and you're gonna come with me because you're gonna play guitar for the thing.
Oh, you played the guitar?
Yeah, I played. He did a Lupe Fiasco song actually.
Oh,
I don't remember what song, but yeah, we rehearsed it, and then we went and waited in a long ass line, and it was.
Oh, I bet.
It felt like we were auditioning for like American Idol or some shit, because then you're with all these other people. They're like, "Oh yeah, I'm an artist too."
Look at these losers.
No, then everybody's like singing. And, like, you know.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
No, it's cool. You meet a lot of cool people that way. Sometimes a lot of weird people too. But yeah, it was at a theater somewhere in Frisco. It was a whole thing. Yeah, he never got the call back, but
it was a good experience.
Yeah, it was a cool experience. I got to learn what Hamilton was. I didn't even know.
You didn't know what it was?
No, I never saw anything of it. I didn't know who Lin-Manuel whoever it was, like
Lin-Manuel, what's his name?
Miranda. There you go.
You know,
we just watched it. I just watched it with my girlfriend. Like, we watched it like a month ago, right?
On Disney Plus, yeah.
Yeah, we watched it. Like, I just got Disney Plus, so finally saw it. But we auditioned for it like a long time ago, dude. Like, whenever it was like just popping on Broadway.
Wow. Yeah. No, I don't know if you know this. Now that you brought up Lin-Manuel Miranda. Oh, yeah, having you say the last name. Like, he's not allowed to say Miranda. Why? I don't know. I don't know. He went to school with Immortal Technique, and he used to get punked by Immortal Technique.
Yeah, Immortal Technique used to bully him.
He used to be I was like, what? Like, they went to the same school. I don't know if you know Immortal Technique.
Would they battle rap?
No. He was like a bully.
Like, give me your lunch money.
Yeah, that kind of shit.
Oh, like bully?
Bullied him, yeah.
That's crazy.
But they're cool now.
Yeah, they're friends now. But like back in high school, I was like, what? Like, it's just hearing like about a famous person punking another famous. Like, you'll see when, you know, I imagine Lin-Manuel like, oh yeah, you'll see when I'm big and famous, and then he sees Immortal Technique's famous too. Like, damn it.
But here's what I'll say. I think that Manuel is more famous than more mainstream famous than Immortal Technique is. Like, hip hop heads
for sure
know who Immortal Technique is, but everybody knows who Manuel is.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, because this play was
who spits better though. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean,
I'm just kidding.
Bar for bar.
Okay, if we're
battle
talking,
rap,
I've heard Manuel spit. And on a technical basis, as far as like the rhythm and the pacing and everything, he's got Immortal Tech beat. However, I think content-wise, Immortal Technique is a little bit more critical of the world, a little bit less like
more cynical,
and a little deeper in some ways. So, you know. But he's also
it's two different things.
And they both rap in Spanish, don't they?
They both. I think I've heard. Yeah.
They both have rapped. In Spanish.
Speaking of Spanish, you were in Tengo Mucho Talento.
I was.
Yeah. What channel is that on?
Fucking Estrella TV or something.
Estrella TV. Yeah. What is that, like a talent, like American?
It was like America's Got Talent, but a little bit cheaper, I guess.
Cheaper?
I want to say it's the Spanish version of it, which it is, but I just feel like it's not. I don't know if it's as big of a show as America's Got Talent.
No, yeah, for sure.
Because like La Academia is a big show.
La Academia is like
La Academia is like the American, like the Spanish American Idol. Yeah.
But it's different though, no? Because La Academia, don't they like stay? It wasn't like a reality show. Well, not that.
Well, so is American Idol.
Yeah, no, but like where don't they like stay in a school or something like that?
Something like that, yeah. I never watched those fucking shows, but I didn't watch Tengo Mucho Talento. My mom made me do it.
You don't? Oh, you were a kid?
I was. No, I wasn't a kid. I was like, I think I was like 20. Oh, I was like 19 or 20 when I did it, and like.
But if you live under this roof, you're gonna
do Mucho Talento.
I mean, when there's one TV in the living room, what you gonna do?
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. That's pretty much. But no, my parents would watch it a lot, and then my mom like I guess found out they were doing auditions or whatever because they always come to Salinas.
Oh,
like,
they do?
Yeah, I think that might have been like the first time they. Oh no, because I didn't do it in Salinas that year. But
where did you go for the studio for that?
The studio was in Burbank.
Where's the gun?
Oh, you went all the way to LA.
Yeah, but they held auditions in like at like a swap meet in San Jose, and that was like, yeah, it was like the swap meet off Story Road.
It was right next to the tires place.
No, it was across the street from where Micheladas used to be.
Yeah,
off Story.
Oh yeah.
Story Road.
Story
it was
Road,
like where Micheladas was right here, and there was a little swap meet across the street. Yeah. Or in the same shopping center.
That's where they do the Halloween thing on Halloween, right?
Yeah. It was there, so they fucking. They had auditions and fucking.
You didn't get paid for it though, right?
No, it was a whole like they sent over a contract like this thick, and I didn't know shit about like music lawyers or anything, and I don't know what I signed.
They own your body after you die.
Yeah,
everything you've composed.
Who knows? Yeah, one day I'm gonna make it big, and I'm gonna get a call from Mucho Talento.
They're gonna get residuals for every part and Quien Sabe albums that you sing.
Right? No, but then I went and they called me and they took us on a bus. It was like a whole day thing.
Blindfolded with
with a bunch of other people and fucking it was cool. It was kind of stupid, to be honest.
Thanks, Mom. Just kidding.
No, it was a really interesting experience. Like I didn't know what to expect. I didn't even know I was gonna be on TV. Like I thought I just like I got the call back or whatever, and I thought it was just like another audition thing. Okay. And then when we got there, like I slowly started to realize, oh, this is the actual show. Like,
oh shit.
Because then I started seeing like Don Cheto and Ana Barba and Pepe Garza, and I was like, they're here? Like, and someone was like, yeah, this is the show. Like, we're on the show. And I was like, I didn't shower.
I should have slept. Oh no.
I should have showered and combed my hair because I came all like raggedy. Like,
oh no. They called you, órale, gediendo.
Yeah.
Next.
That's probably why they didn't air my scene.
Oh, they didn't?
I don't think so. I never saw it.
You never saw it? Oh damn.
No, I even got the me dieron el paso.
Yeah.
Like this, like they were arguing. They did their little bit or whatever. Like I sang my song. I was the only person who sang an original song. Wow. Too, out of everybody that I came with.
So all these lames just did
They did like Roberto Tapia and shit. The song that was hitting at the time was Mi Niña Traviesa. You know,
oh,
that song?
Yeah. Oh, wait, what year was this?
2012 or 2013 or something. Okay. Whenever that song came out.
Yeah.
And so like fucking 2 other people sang that song.
Jesus.
But no one sang like their own like original piece.
You sang your own song.
Yeah, I came with my guitar and actually played my own song.
And that's when you were making Spanish music already, or?
Yeah, I did like a romantica that I wrote. It was like, I guess like indie like romantica style. Yeah. And Ana Barbara liked it. She was singing it.
What? Really?
Yeah, but
she was like one of my childhood crushes.
Really?
Yeah.
She's a.
Oh my!
What's up?
She looks really weird in person.
She does?
Yeah, she's really tall and
no way.
She wears a lot of makeup.
That's my kind of lady, man. Like, what's up, girl?
Cake face. Yeah, but
how's the weather up there?
But they did their little bit, and like Pepe Garza is, I guess, like the dick of the. He's
the judges, one, right?
Yeah. And he was like, nah, fucking like.
He said no to you.
He said no, and then Don Cheto and Ana Barbara said yeah, and so I got the paso, fucking whatever. Shit. But I never got a call back.
He's a Mexican Simon, right?
Pepe Garza?
Yeah.
I guess on the show, but he's a super cool dude. Yeah. Like I've heard, like I don't know if you've seen. He has a show. He has a podcast and a show called Pepe's Office.
Yeah.
And like he's like super chill. Like I don't know why they casted him as the dick. On the show he was the dick. He was like, he told me, oh, si me hace que te hace falta un coro.
What's that mean?
Like
chorus.
Like I guess I need backup singers or some shit like that. He's like, te hace falta coro, como que no tienes como. So I don't know what he was trying to tell me, and I was like,
he didn't know. He just needed to say something. In his ear, they were like, "Be mean to him."
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, they all seem like cookie cutters. Like they were all trying to copy. What's it called? It's like just do your own thing. You don't all need assignment on your show.
It was very staged. And then the thing that I really didn't like the experience was cool and everything, and like it was interesting, but like, and then it was just a long day, and it was kind of. It got boring after a while.
Hadn't showered.
Yeah. I hadn't showered.
There's that.
They gave us like Jack in the Box.
Andaba bien rosado.
Yeah, I was over it, and like we had to watch everybody else's performances. But the thing I really didn't like.
Ana Barbara was tall. I'm sorry. I can't stop thinking about that.
Fuck, you remember what I was gonna say?
Oh, you sure it wasn't heels, bro? No, I'm just kidding.
They brought it because it's Hollywood, so they're gonna do things that are like kind of slimy, like whatever, and like obviously they're gonna bring on people that suck to make fun of them.
Yeah.
But one of them was like this little kid. He was like 13, and like I spent a lot of time like talking to him like backstage and shit. And he was like, "Yeah, I want to be a singer and fucking all this thing. Fucking I'm learning to play guitar and like whatever." And he sang a El Sinaloense or some shit. Oh, and he came with the botas and everything, and his parents came and like fucking. And like,
taking pictures.
Yeah, and he was like trying to be like a little child prodigy. Like he didn't sing that great, but he had like a lot of fire. Like he was very excited about it. And then they brought him on and they made fun of him.
That's fucked up.
Because his voice was like really,
horrible.
He sang really like nasally. He's like, but he was a little kid. You know what I mean? So of course he's gonna
13
sing.
13 is old enough to get heartbroken though, I think.
Yeah, and he was like in the stage.
I'm just kidding.
This is a super like singer thing, but like he was in the stage of his like singing career where he hadn't found his own voice yet.
So he was trying sounding like anybody else.
Yeah, he was. You could tell he was like singing and trying to do a voice, and like he couldn't. Like no one had told him yet. Like, hey, you gotta like you gotta do. He didn't have a vocal coach or anything, and they fucking tore him apart, dude. They made fun of him. They did the buzzers because like that's how it is. Like you're singing, and then they do the little buzzers to fucking. and then the crowd, they have a dude in the crowd that's like, boo, like telling everybody, and then
go join the gang.
It didn't get that crazy, but fucking.
I'm just kidding. Imagine me as I gotta be an asshole. Like, okay.
Yeah, you should be on the show.
That's your calling, yeah.
But
oh man.
But dude, this kid was like destroyed afterwards. Like he was so sad. He was like, I just want to go home. He like, because he was like one of the first ones. So then we had to sit through everybody else's fucking performance, and he had just gotten like ridiculed, and he was a little kid, and I was like,
did you talk to him afterwards?
Yeah, I talked to him after. I was like, dude, don't worry about it. You know?
Yeah, fuck fucking, these dudes. They're like doing this show because they don't have talent. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I was like, it's a TV show, dog. It's not. Like,
I'm talking about the judges.
Oh yeah.
It absolutely is a place for people to washed up to kind of
exactly. A lot of those because they're not really famous anymore, right? And it's
even the ones that have been famous, like they go there because like they need.
Well, I don't know. Don Cheto has a really promising rap career.
Oh yeah,
he does. He's got fucking you never heard the songs?
No,
dude. He has fucking Por qué te tatuaste.
Oh, like rap?
Yeah, he raps.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Like fucking right. He has rap shams.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you've heard him, but do you know who Don Cheto is?
No, I don't know. No. Don Cheto is.
He's like a comedian. He's like a clown. Not a clown, but he's like
he's a
character.
He's the mustache guy, right?
Yeah. He's a
I didn't know he
persona.
Rapped.
He's like a raunchy Weird Al.
Yeah. Kind of like that.
Yeah, but fucking.
But no, I'm not. I wasn't like making fun of the kid or anything. It's just I think it's fucking, in a way, kind of funny. Like
join a gang.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. But it's just like it would be fun if they were in on it too, they're in on it.
Let them know, like don't break the kid's heart.
Fuck.
Because there was other people that they brought on, and they didn't come with us on the bus. They were like other people that they brought from somewhere else.
Yeah.
And their whole thing was a shtick. Like they just came on and did some stupid shit, but you could tell they were like acting. Yeah. You know what I mean? It wasn't for reals. But that kid was for reals. Like he wanted to be a singer.
Or maybe he played you.
I don't know.
No, but you know what's crazy? I know what's crazy about that kind of thing is. Like some of those from there was an article about this about some dudes that would go on like real people that would go on American Idol and then they would get chewed up and then they'd leave there like heartbroken and like I don't want to do music no more
yeah dude and that's what it was
yeah and it's crazy like I see a lot of that in stand-up. I remember this one show I did. It was like a competition, new comics. I don't know why I would do new comics shows when I'm not a new comic, but it's easy to get in and like do whatever. There was this dude, he had like his whole family there. His he had like a big ass crowd. They were cheering him on and he was like, I'm gonna kill this show. And then he went up there and his first two jokes bombed and it's just like and then he was just frozen. He was sweating. After the show, I talked to him. He's like, I don't think I'm going to do this ever again.
Oh, no.
Well, I mean, some people, like, not to be dick, some people need that check.
Yeah,
like, some people are like, they think they're the shit and they need someone to really tell them, like, hey, man, this is probably just not for you. Like,
go join a game.
Go join a game. Yeah.
There's nothing for you here.
Pick a color, red or blue.
Pick a color, red or blue. Hey, pick a color.
Yeah.
The red pill or the blue pill.
Either one will take you.
Yeah.
We won't.
Just don't see anything, okay?
Yeah. God. Some people need that, but not kids.
No, not kids. Yeah, no.
No, man, not a kid. Like, cause that kid, who knows that he could have been the next fucking Cristian Nodal or some shit.
Yeah.
Just with some vocal training. And
now he's the next.
Hadn't even
Joker or Spooky now.
Yeah, and his parents were super supportive, dude. Like his parents were like, they took him to the audition and they were fucking lo peinaron y todo.
Yeah,
like, fucking
that's fucked up.
Yeah. And then they made fun of him.
It reminds me of Chompiras when he would comb over the other guy.
Yeah, it was like that.
Oh my god, damn. And but you wouldn't want to do anything like that ever again.
No.
It's just a waste of time.
I'm very happy that I had that experience at a very young age.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'd be doing that shit now and like that kind of thing. That's not
Notice me.
You'd be going on like America's Got Talent or
yeah. I feel like that kind of shit doesn't really progress your career. Like
yeah.
Like if you spent that time like focusing on yourself and like creating art on yourself and finding your own talent within yourself and like putting it out there and like networking and doing all that, you're gonna get so much more than going and doing a fucking competition.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and it only works out if you win it. You know what I mean? Like, you win American Idol, you get the album, you get pushed out. You know, you win like The Voice or something, then you get seen and I think you get a recording contract if you win that one. I'm not sure about American Idol.
But even then, like, I think about it sometimes, like, how many people from those shows do you actually remember?
Exactly.
Like, how many people from American Idol actually had, like, actual careers that weren't tied to American Idol? Like,
yeah, and then the only one
besides I guess Kelly Clarkson and
the only other one that I remember, Fantasia.
Those are the only two that I can really think of that had a long lasting.
The one guy that lost that became more famous than I would say any of the others, that Daughtry guy.
Oh yeah,
he lost and he's like more famous than
sometimes
like not more famous but more successful as music wise.
Yeah, he was huge. I think.
But even then, you're always gonna be that person that was on American Idol. Like, is that really what you want?
Didn't you lose? Yeah.
Yeah, no, but not even that. Like, that's your fucking. That's your story.
Legacy.
Like, your legacy is that you're on American Idol. Like, that's lame.
That is.
I think the most interesting thing to come out, and I don't watch these shows on a regular basis.
It's lame.
But like,
it is. I mean, fucking, because you should have, like, as an artist, you should have, what's your his backstory? Fucking, he came from here and did this and that. Like, fucking, his backstory is he won American Idol, or or he lost American Idol.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Oh, I was saying, like, I think the most interesting moment, and I don't really watch those shows too much, but I happened to tune in at the right moment on The Voice, right? So on The Voice, Christina Aguilera happened to be like one of the judges, and as this guy is singing, she turns around, a few other people turn around. It's revealed that this dude used to be on the Mickey Mouse Club with her. Because, Christina Aguilera used to be and I don't remember the guy's name, but he was someone who, like, a lot of the people on the Mickey Mouse Club grew up and went into, like, pop and R&B, and they were or acting, and they were fairly successful. But this was like one or two or three members of the Mickey Mouse Club that apparently did absolutely nothing, like, after they grew up. You know what I mean? So she was like, "Oh, it's you, and you're still talented. It's you. Long time no see." I was like, "That's a very cool moment. I can stop watching this now."
Yeah.
Oh, you also teach kids, huh?
Yeah.
You mentioned that? Yeah.
Yeah, I teach with after school programs in Salinas.
For music?
Music programs. Yeah.
How long you been doing that for?
I've been doing that for, I think, like 5 years or so. Yeah.
Are you teaching right now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But online.
Online.
Zoom and stuff. Yeah. I give like private lessons from my house to like one kid.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I know him.
Some surgeon's kid.
Yeah, he's good.
Did you happen to see Soul?
Yeah, I was watching. I cried.
You did?
Yeah.
I good, huh?
Right? I mean, she can vouch for that.
It is a Pixar movie, so
it's a good movie, man.
If you don't think about crying at a Pixar movie, you're not human. You're probably a sociopath. You don't actually cry, but you got to at least think about it. You got to be tempted.
Oh, I cried on the inside.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Oh, not like on the outside.
It almost came out. I felt it was like. It was right here, but it didn't surpass.
Congratulations.
I gotta go use the bathroom.
Are not a sociopath.
It was a really good movie.
It was a really good movie.
I like the message.
I mean, it's based around music, but it's really not about the music.
No, it's about purpose.
The purpose, and then I like the when they do that thing when you're in the zone. Mm-hmm. Well, like when they're in the zone and you disappear into that other place. Yeah. For you, it's got to be music, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure, I've felt that definitely.
What's your like hobbies aside of music?
I don't know. What are my hobbies?
He does all the cooking.
Oh yeah, I cook.
You cook?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what do you cook?
Just random stuff.
Obviously, we know not stuff you grow.
Nothing from my garden. Nothing from my non-existent huerta.
I mean, can we honestly call music a hobby though? I mean, you guys are
not you. I know. I mean, like,
no. He was saying like, what are my hobbies outside of music?
Outside of music, right? I'm like, are we including? Outside,
what are your hobbies? He said his exact words were, "What are your hobbies outside of your purpose music?"
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, better. I was like, wait, did I mishear that? Like,
well, yeah.
No,
so
yeah.
Cooking, you like
yeah, like shrimp tacos.
Shrimp tacos?
Yeah. What do I make? What
do I make? What the
shrimp tacos? Fucking spaghetti.
Honestly, this is a little embarrassing.
Oh my God. Oh, HelloFresh. You do HelloFresh.
Yeah, and he's usually the one making them because I'm really busy.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So okay. That's still cooking.
Yeah, no, it's just they just bring you the ingredients and they kind of
you just
And
provide
you do it
heat.
yourself.
I mean, no, it's better than a frozen dinner. Like,
it is.
No, it is. Yeah. Well, I mean, I honestly like.
Stuff.
Hey, HelloFresh comes from Richmond, man. It's another one.
It
of those
does?
things. Yeah, they have a building right here.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So you could probably stop by
Yeah.
on your way out.
We actually canceled HelloFresh. We use Blue Apron now.
Oh,
Blue Apron
they're
is
here
also
too.
in Richmond.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they sister companies or some shit?
No.
They're just
competing with each other.
They just had the same idea.
It's very Richmond to have like one side facing the other, North versus Central, and now HelloFresh versus Blue Apron.
Yeah, I know.
HelloFresh is the
streets.
norteños and Blue Apron is the sureños.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, the way I see it is like it's like cooking education because they send you the things and they tell you how to make it, so you're learning how to cook that for yourself. So like from that, I've learned how to like, like basic things like how to like fry veggies or like how long you're supposed to cook chicken for, like things like that.
That's
But I've always liked cooking. you
Yeah.
know. I was just never the best at it.
Yeah. You like eating? A little thin, bro. I'm just kidding. What I mean, I know we mentioned you guys just released a song
With Ken Sabe?
with the band.
Yeah.
Like you said, you're gonna release some more music when things open up again. Are you gonna be doing solo shows, like live shows?
I hope so. Cause right now I've been doing some shows on my own, just here and there, and I figured out a way to just kind of like have like I pulled up like Ableton. I don't know if you know what Ableton is, but
Software.
Yeah, it's a music software, but you can use it like to like perform live. So basically, I have like my pistas, like my songs, kind of like loaded in there, and then I have my guitar and my keyboard. So I figured out how to kind of like do shows on my own.
Yeah.
Like to make it sound like more full.
Like Julio Morones?
Yeah, kind of like that. But that dude, that's keyboard whiz.
Okay,
you know.
okay. I don't know if you guys know who Julio Morones is. So.
He's a blind dude who does like cumbia and salsa and shit.
He has this keyboard set up where it's like the drums, the keyboards, and it's crazy.
He's a wizard, bro. He fucking
wizard.
like
Yeah.
he's like the Mexican Ray Charles.
If I ever book him, will you guys come open for him?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Book him, bro.
Oh,
it's, like,
shit.
it's not that hard to book him. He has his number on his Instagram.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned like I would love to do. This was my goal for last year. I wanted to do because I have this space available. I wanted to do a Dia de los Muertos show, which I know it's hard to probably book you guys on that day because you guys I've seen your YouTube videos and you guys do like Santa Ana.
Yeah, Santa Ana was usually the thing.
Yeah, but I was thinking probably anyways, that is one of those, like, aside from you guys and Tropa and Como Te Zeta that I listen to a lot when I listen to that specific music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Julio is one of those like, how does the fuck does he do it?
I don't know, man.
He's
a genius, bro. He's fucking. Well, I mean, he's blind, so I'm sure he hears more things than we do.
That's true.
And then he kind of just feels his way around. But anyway, like I've been doing shows on my own like that, and so I have the capacity to do it like on my own. But what I would really like down the line is to form like a band, obviously, like. Yeah. Just like a performance band, not necessarily like a band to
not like a Quien Sabe style, like
no, because Quien Sabe is more like a unit that works on music together, and I would kind of just want like if I put together like a tour or something or like a few shows, like to just kind of pulls like a band together, like
just a little
buddies or other musicians that I like to work with and perform.
Or just hire the Quien Sabe guys, but it'll be your.
Maybe
I'm just kidding.
You just want the band without the conflicting ego. It sounds like you're just like, hey, this is what we're gonna play tonight. I wrote it myself. Thank you.
Essentially. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people.
Yeah,
a lot of people do it.
But you want to be the head chef.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
That's the reason I started kind of recording and like now releasing my own music, because that way like it's harder to do it like when you don't have anything to back it up with, like, hey, I want to start this band of my music, it's my project, like but you don't have anything like out, you don't have anything recorded or like anything, so people are like, people are gonna paint it like with you instead of like you already have it, like where if I already have all my songs and I ask someone, hey, I need a drummer, these are my songs, he's just got to learn them and put his twist to it, and then we play it.
Yeah, so. Creative control.
Yeah.
That's all you really. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, not that I love to collaborate with people. Like if someone like I'm sure whatever drummer, guitar player, bassist that I'm gonna bring to the table is gonna be able to do things that I can't do.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Right.
So.
But you know how to play every instrument, pretty much.
Yeah. The only things that I don't know how to play are horns.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how to do the thing.
I think
pursed lips.
That was my first instrument because I played drums,
really?
and yeah, I think I mentioned this one of the last episodes. They put me in the baritone horn.
Oh shit!
Fucking big ass thing. I had to carry it. I think I got my back problem started there. I had to carry that big ass shit back and forth. And then the first time I remember, I was excited because I don't really like it, but I was like whatever. And I played it, and like that first note, I was like lightheaded, winded, it was fat back then too. But yeah, I did drums, and I wish I would have continued because, like, you know, I love music. I wish I would have continued. You know, I mean, it's never too late, but it's like, yeah, but you know, it's funny because me and Abraham from Como Te Zeta, we have this thing where like he loves stand-up comedy. And I love music, so we have this thing like we have this little understanding. Like I wish I did what you do to each other.
You guys should go into a Chinese restaurant one day and see if you get the Freaky Friday cookies.
Oh man,
it's a switch.
Yeah, no, for real.
He's got heart problems. Like, oh no, what did I do?
I don't like this.
And then like he dies in your body, and you're like, ooh, new lease on life.
Yeah.
After a heart attack.
Fucking, what is this, Chucky?
Wild,
man. We don't want to take up too much of your time, man. I think we've been at an hour now. Before we go though, what's like something you want to plug? Your Instagram, or where can people reach you if they want to collaborate or they want to listen to your music? Where can we listen?
Yeah,
your specific music.
Well, I'm on everything. You just find me Flaco Alejandro. That's Flaco, FL.
Which is Spanish for skinny.
Yeah, skinny. Flaco is one of my many.
Thank you, HelloFresh.
Yeah. I'm looking for sponsors too. Yeah, one of my many apodos. You know, like I'm sure you know, like Mexicans, like your nickname is always like your insecurity.
It is.
You're right.
Gordo,
yeah. So mine was always like Flaco, fucking shit like that. So Flaco Alejandro. You can find me on Instagram, on Facebook, on I have a Bandcamp. I actually, on the way here, I picked up a record that I'm going to be releasing, which is my song that I put out, Nadien, and then another song called Gusanito Rojo, which I did with this dude Ivan from Dizos Resaca.
Oh yeah, they're from like what, San Jose?
Oakland.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, he lives in Hayward. I just passed by his pad, and I picked up the test pressing for the record. So I'm going to be doing pre-sales for that record starting next week. So
are they the ones that have mariposas as singers? I grew up with Natalie, one of the singers.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh no.
So it's weird. Like I know, and then the Como Te Zeta, the guys I've known since high school, which they were musicians back then too. Yeah.
Well, that whole scene is badass, man. Oakland's got it.
It's for sure, man. That's hopefully the places open up again.
Yeah.
And you can come back and do a show.
Dude, that's what we're hoping for.
Yeah.
We're hoping like the thing that I've been talking to Ivan about a lot is kind of just creating like a community and a network of musicians that can kind of like Motown, like that, where we can all be self-sustainable, but also like promote each other's shit and like all be prosperous, you know, to where everybody has their, where Mariposas have their thing, Ivan's got his thing, Como Te Zeta, Quien Sabe, you know, everybody. That's
awesome, man. Well, one of the things is we have this thing going on. We want to do a voice party, and that was I talked to you about it. We wanted to do that. We're coming up on our 100th episode.
Damn.
Hopefully,
congrats.
You knock on wood. When this is all over, we can make it happen.
I mean, there's a vaccine now, so
there's a vaccine now.
Everything will be back to normal.
So when it does happen, man, if things are good again, we want to do an event with like Como Te Zeta, how you guys and like other musicians and comedians that we've had as part of the voice party. So
hell yeah.
Yeah.
We'll yeah. You can find me on all those things.
Booking it right now.
I'm set. I already signed the contract.
Oh man. Well, Flaco, thank you for coming, bro.
Thanks, man.
It's been great. Do you guys have any closing thoughts? Do you have any message you want to put out to the world before we?
No, I just want to thank everybody for listening, and everybody who's listening to my music and for following me, and anybody that wants to collaborate or listen, you know where to find me on IG or on Facebook, and you can hear all my stuff on Spotify and all those places. And yeah. And I want to thank you guys for having me here.
Thank you for coming all the way from
Salinas.
Yeah. Anything for Salinas.
Yes. Damn.
I had to say it. I forgot.
Salinas all the way to the ex-murder capital of the world.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening. That's the Voice Party. We're out. Woohoo! Stretch the legs a bit. Oh.